What's going on, everybody? Joy Crum here. And listen, I know most of you all probably saw my video from last week talking about road rage and the struggles that I dealt with about road rage, and a little bit of the things that's been going on that has been causing a lot of crashes lately. So listen, is top. This is top of the line. This just happened literally on Monday. So let me just go back. Let's do a way back Wednesday, because you know it's Wednesday, so I'm gonna go way back. I remember, and then I'll get into my segue. Remember that time, I'm telling my age, but back in the day when we could choose our electives on what classes we wanted to take. I remember I wanted to take driver's ed, but every time I wanted to take it, the class would always be full. I believe that was just God's way of saying, I already know. I know your end from your beginning. I already know you are not going to do well behind the wheel, because I know you're going to be partying, you're going to be going to the club, you're going to be getting high, you're going to be getting drunk. You do not need to be behind the wheel. So with that being said, that was blocked. But however, what I'm getting to, so you all remember the standard student car. It was not a sports car, right? It was a standard four-door car. Most of the cars were white. Okay, as what and even in the present day, as I pass by certain high schools and I see, they're driving parking lot and they have the standard white car. Most of them are white four-door Buicks, okay, and they have the student driver sticker on the back, right? Okay, so um, am I missing something? But are student drivers cars sports cars, or are they red and stick shifts? I didn't think so. Okay, so you and I both know that something is not right in this situation. So my husband and I were on our way somewhere on Monday, and as we were driving, getting ready to get on the expressway, we both saw a red car. It was putting out so much pollution. Hubby and I, we can tell that it was a stick shift car. On the back of the car, it said student driver, please be patient. There was only one person driving. There was no other person holding a notebook, because when you're doing driver's ed and you're a student driver, you're gonna have somebody in the car with you to make sure that you are driving accordingly. Okay, because I remember when I was learning how to drive, I also was in one of those student car drivers, in one of those cars, and it had two steering wheels. Okay, so this car didn't have to. Lordy, the young man was swerving, going from side to side like a serpentine fire in the street. I said, Lord, this was my segue. Please, ma'am, please, sir, if you're not in a student car driver, if you're not in a student car, why do you have the sticker on the car? It's very deceptive. And then what's worse, when you're driving, like you don't have any sense, putting yourself and putting other people in danger. Okay, so that's one thing. If you're not a student driver, please take that bumper sticker off your car and stop asking people to be patient with you when you, in fact, are not driving accordingly, because you're not technically in a student car. Okay, you're lying. Okay, that's not right. Okay, moving on. So here's the other situation. Have you ever been on the expressway? Okay, let me first say this. Kudos to all the truck drivers out there. I thank you for your service. I thank you for those truck drivers who have been generous on the road and sharing the road with us smaller car driving vehicles, and you're staying your distance. But for those of you all that get up on us to try to intimidate us to get out of your way, to get on another lane, when in fact sometimes we can't even do that because there's too much stuff, too much other traffic on the road. That not only happened to me today, but not too long ago, there was a truck, it was a pickup truck. And when I tell you that the big truck was on the tail of that truck driver, and and kudos to the truck driver. You did not allow that person to bully you out of your lane. You stayed in your lane. And so what ended up happening was that truck driver, the one that's driving the big truck, had to go and get into another lane. We are sharing the road. Now, I understand you have a timeline on when you have to deliver your goods. I get it. But at the end of the day, getting close upon your fellow drivers to try to get us to get out the way, that is not the right thing to do. How should we be driving? What are those three words we talked about last week? Driving with caution, compassion, and with common sense. And that is not compassion, and that certainly isn't driving with caution, and it certainly isn't driving with common sense either. Oh, and then let me add this caveat. Okay, I'm gonna have to act this one out. Oh, then you get in it, you're either swerving off the road, hitting something, or you hit somebody because you're sleeping behind the wheel. Y'all listen, that is absolutely dangerous. The only advice that I can give in a situation like that is to try to get as much sleep as you possibly can. And if you find yourself getting so sleepy that you feel that you are a danger not only to yourself but to somebody else, please stop at a rest area and take you a little cat nap for the safety. I know. Or either that, just make sure that you get plenty of sleep. And then another thing too, I can't hold my phone to my ear because I'm actually doing this video on the phone. But I've been seeing this. Pretend my hand is the phone. I'm seeing this person got their phone in their hand driving. Listen, when the time comes, you're not paying attention. You're all into your conversation. An accident can happen that way. Let's drive with caution, compassion, and with common sense. And then on top of that, y'all hear my hubby? See, not only, and I know a lot of us, we have experienced these things. Remember when I talked about last week about the people driving slow and swerve? Listen here. So I was on the street. I'm not going to mention the street that I was on. But somebody was driving mighty slow in front of me. Now this is before my converted, when I started doing better. This was when I was driving with road rage, and this person was driving so slow. They was putting their brakes on. I'm having to put on brakes. The person behind me, it's like a domino effect. I was like, will you go? Will you go? I was screaming at this person. This person was swerving all off the side of the road. Honey, thank the Lord this person had to end up being in the turning lane. So I had to stay straight, but this person had to turn. Baby, this looked like somebody that was in his 70s, and he was on his phone. I said, Lord have mercy. Now, when I saw that he was elderly, I felt bad after doing all that ranting and raving, because I honestly thought that this was a young person, but no, this was someone that was old enough to be my granddaddy. So Papa Flintstone was texting and driving, and I said, oh gosh. But like I said, no matter how young we are, no matter how graceful we are aging, that we all have a common responsibility to drive with caution, compassion, and with common sense. I'm telling you, let's band together, let's unify together. And also too, for those of us that sometimes we're running late and we're trying to swerve and drive off fast and we're getting upset. Like I said, please stop taking your anger out on us. We didn't do nothing. You were the one that got sidetracked and you didn't get up on time, and you had to add little things to your day that you normally don't do because you try to prepare the night before. I understand, life happens. I know. Trust me, I know. But like I said, take that deep breath before you get out of that driveway, on the side of your car, on the side of the curb, wherever you park your car. Please, ma'am, please, sir, brother, my sister. Let's say this declaration. Today, I will drive with compassion, caution, and common sense. And if you got to turn it into a prayer, you got to do what you got to do. Today, Lord, please, Lord, help me to drive with compassion, caution, and common sense. I know I went a little bit lengthy, but I had a lot more to say, okay? I love you all with the love of the Lord. And listen, let's do this thing. I'm telling you, let's spread it. We spread so much mess. Spread something good. Let's share the awareness. I don't care if you take those 3 words and turn it into a t-shirt. You better give me some profit from it. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Make it into a t-shirt. Make it into a bumper sticker. As long as we are banding together and doing this thing together, we will see a big difference in these accidents. A large decrease. But like I said, it's going to have to start with me as well as you. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye. Mwah.